Patrick's bringing you some bombshell footage tonight from Calais. Stay tuned after the bulletins.
Good evening. The main headlines from the GB News Centre. 15 people have been injured after a double-decker bus struck a bridge in Manchester. More than a dozen ambulances and other emergency service vehicles, including an air ambulance, converged on the scene in the Eccles area of the city. Images show the double-decker with its roof sheared off after striking the bridge. The North West Ambulance Service said it treated 15 patients who were transported to the Salford Royal Hospital and the Manchester Royal Infirmary. 3 of the victims suffered serious injuries, with one reported to be in a critical condition. A man accused of attacking a police officer during an altercation at Manchester Airport says it wasn't his intention to strike the officer. Mohammed Ahmad was giving evidence at Liverpool Crown Court. Mr Ahmad and his brother Mohammed Fahir Amaz are on trial accused of assaulting 3 Greater Manchester police officers as they attempted to arrest them in July last year. Both men from Rochdale deny allegations of assault. GB News reporter Jack Carson was in court.
Giving evidence today, Mr Ahmad said it was not his intention to attack a police officer at Manchester Airport in July last year. He said when officers initially entered the pay station area and grabbed his brother's neck, he was trying to de-escalate the situation. He denied claims from the prosecution that he was trying to intervene in his brother's arrest, and he said in his account when he felt a bang to the face, he had no choice but to defend himself. The trial here at Liverpool Crown Court continues.
The Foreign Secretary has accused the Israeli government of tarnishing the reputation of Israel by continually ignoring calls to end the war in Gaza. David Lammy spoke in the wake of claims at least 93 Palestinians were killed while queuing for food on Sunday. The UN World Food Programme has alleged its convoy came under fire from the IDF. The Israeli military has denied firing on civilians. Mr Lammy also announced an additional £40 million in humanitarian assistance for Gaza. Police searching for a missing mother in Cheshire have discovered a body in a local lake. 38-year-old Rachel Booth disappeared from the Northwich area over the weekend. She was last seen on CCTV at a petrol station in the early hours of Saturday morning. Police say a body was found in a lake near a popular beauty spot in the Oakmere area of Delamere. An Albanian people smuggler has been jailed for attempting to illegally transport fellow Albanians across the English Channel. 44-year-old Bleda Bega was jailed for 7 years after he orchestrated the smuggling operation. He'd skippered a luxury yacht across the Channel when it was intercepted by Border Force in April. As officers searched the yacht, they found 20 Albanian men and 1 woman crammed below deck. And those are your latest news headlines. We'll have more for you in an hour.
For the very latest GB News direct to your smartphone, sign up to News Alerts by scanning the QR code or go to gbnews.com/alerts.
Good evening and welcome to Northern France for a very special edition of Patrick Christys tonight. Now, regular viewers and listeners to my show will know that over the course of the last few weeks, we have been in touch with human traffickers. We've handed all of their details over to various different authorities. Unfortunately, it seems like despite the deal that Sir Keir Starmer has done with the French and the deal that he's done with the Germans as well, not a lot has happened when it comes to smashing the gang. So what we decided to do was put our money where our mouth is and come here to Northern France and meet some of the criminal gangs and show how easy it is to actually track them down. Here's how it all started. I'm in Sangatte in northern France. Now, over the course of the last few weeks, we have been in contact with various different human traffickers who've been exporting people from beaches like this over the Channel and into Britain. Now, we have handed all of their personal information over to the security services in Britain. However, it feels a little bit like not a lot is being done about that. So what we decided to do is come here directly to the source and try to meet these people individually and then send over any information we get from them here to the French authorities. So what I'm going to do right now is send my live location to the 8 or so human traffickers that I currently have in my phone book, and we'll see if they get back to me and we'll try to meet them. So that's what I'll do right now. There we go. Okay, so that's been sent. We'll see what we get back. But what we're hoping for is that if we're lucky, we might be able to get their faces on record. We might be able to get number plates for the driving cars on record. And we can just hand that over to the authorities, and hopefully the French police will do something about that. So within seconds, one of the most prolific people smugglers that we've been in contact with has already sent us a destination where they want us to meet them, and then they think they're going to be taking us to Britain. So that location is about half an hour away from here. We're going to drive there now. We're going to get there. We're going to see if we can meet them. So there we are. So we have checked into the hotel. As you can see, I have got changed, and I am going to try to meet with one of the human traffickers who immediately sent us his exact location. However, in the meantime, another human trafficker has sent us a voice note. So shall we just listen to this?
Bro, what are you doing for Calais? I speak you Dunkirk. Go to Dunkirk, you call me. I send you another people. Take you.
Okay. All right. So he wants us to go to Dunkirk, which is actually where the other human trafficker is as well. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try to meet both of them, get their faces on camera, whatever we can get on camera, and just hand that over to the authorities and hopefully show, really, how easily it can be done to smash the gangs if you really want to. Let's find out, eh? We've been given a location to meet a human trafficker, and we are on our way there now. We are 16 minutes away. Now, as you can see, the weather is obviously not ideal, but we're not here for the boat crossings. And actually, this weather means it's working in our favour because they can't cross the channel today with the weather like this. So the camps are going to be absolutely jam-packed with people waiting for the next bit of good weather to get across the channel. So, like I said, this guy has given us his exact location. We're on our way there now. I really want to ask him, you know, how easy does he find it? Is he afraid of the law at all? Does he have any kind of conscience? You know, people die in the channel. And also, really, just trying to get any identifying feature. So if we can get his face on camera, if we can get anything that really pinpoints this is who this guy is, so we can hand that over to the French police so that hopefully they can then do something about it. We are just 1 minute away now, and this is the location he said to me. Now, from memory, when I was here last time, obviously the weather was much better, so people were walking more around. But yeah, you can see it, can't you? I mean, there you go. This is the hub, and in fact, actually, just over there, there is a huge migrant camp. So we'll probably nip there later. But we're now approaching the location which he sent us, and you can see, in fact, so we're probably what 400 meters away, and there's a lot of people. I mean, maybe they're meeting him as well, really. Bear in mind how brazen this guy is, right? So he puts his WhatsApp phone number on TikTok. He's not afraid of the law. He doesn't care. He's not afraid of getting caught. Nothing. So, in fact, this is it, isn't it? This is where he sells to me. All right, well, we'll park up in a second, I think, and I'll get out and I think probably sit by the side of the road, let him know I'm here. Let's see if we can meet this guy. All right, let's see if we can do what various different international security agencies tell us that they are incapable of doing. All right. We've reached the location now where our human trafficker thinks he's going to meet us. It's worth noting just how brazen this guy is, right? So he is an Iraqi man. We can tell that from his phone number. His profile picture is next to a helicopter with 2 guns. Look at that. I mean, I'm going to get out now and see if I can meet this guy. He thinks I'm a Vietnamese migrant. He's going to bring me across the channel, and I want to know a bit about him, really.
hopefully we can get enough details that the police can arrest him and stop him bringing people to England illegally. So let's go.
All right. Hello. How are you? Are you okay? You've sent me a location to say I should meet you here.
No speak English.
You don't speak English. It's just you spoke English when you messaged me before, didn't you? Let me just read some of the messages. Is that okay? I'm just going to read some of the messages. Yeah. So the messages say, go here now. And you sent me a precise location. Hang on a minute. You sent me a precise location and told me to meet you here to help get me across the channel. Are you a human trafficker? No?
No.
But I think you might be banged to rights. Look, we've got your face, we've got your name, we've got your number. What's your name? What's your name?
No speak English.
Don't speak English. Okay. All right. So, do you help get people into Britain, break into Britain? No. Where are you from? What country? Can I ask what country you're from? Look, we've got messages here from you, so we know it's you. Yeah, but you speak English when you message me, so I know you speak English. What country are you from?
I'm Kurdish.
You're Kurdish, okay. So, do you ever worry about when you send people across the channel, they might die? What? You don't have any issues with that, no? What if when they get to Britain, they commit a crime, you help them get across? Do you make a lot of money out of it?
No speak English.
You do speak English. I know you speak English. I know you speak English because you messaged me. Okay? All right. I know you speak English. Do you make a lot of money out of smuggling people across the channel? Are you worried that the police might stop you ever?
I speak English.
Yeah?
I speak English.
Okay. Well, there we go. It's as easy as that. We've got their faces on record, and we know it's them because they've sent us messages, exact locations, and the only reason they came up from there was to see us. So we know it's them. They are the human traffickers who are bringing people across. We're going to hand all of this over to the French police and see if anything can be done about it. So that was the first of 3 human traffickers that we were able to find within the last 24 hours. I will just say as well, that's probably the mildest clip that we've got here, and you might want to keep your eyes peeled for something that happens a little bit later on. However, one of the other things that I'm quite keen to drill down into really is some of the charity work that some people are doing here. They say it's charity work. I think a lot of people in Britain do wonder about whether or not all of these charitable organisations are actually in some way helping with the human trafficking as well. I think we might have another clip for you.
Hi, Patrick. I don't know if you can hear me down the line here in London. Bombshell stuff already. They're doing the job of the government quite clearly. I want to ask you a quick question, Patrick, before I push it over to the panel here in London to discuss this. A lot of people, a lot of members are asking, are you safe? Have you felt under threat at any point in time?
Yes, so we're very safe now because we are just by a beach in Sangatte. However, as you will see later on in the show, there's been a marked difference between the last time I was here about 2 months ago and what's happening now. So firstly, the camps are bigger. There are more illegal migrants queuing up to get into Britain. The second thing is the level of aggression as well. And we were attacked twice today, and it was quite bad at times. But it's important to show this stuff so that people at home can make their own minds up as to whether or not these are entirely the kind of people that we should be letting into Britain. But yeah, look, hey, as you're about to see, we've got loads of dynamite stuff tonight, and yeah, I just hope people feel as though they've learned something at the end of the evening.
Thanks so much, Patrick. We'll be staying tuned with you throughout the show, of course. I want to bring in the panel tonight. Daily Express columnist Carol Malone, journalist and broadcaster Benjamin Butterworth, Reform Party member and former MP Sir Jake Berry. Benjamin, I'd love to start with you. You've just seen some of the teaser footage there. Patrick has done the job of the government that they said they're going to do from the get-go, smash the gangs. Patrick's already found what looks like to be 2 gang members. It's leaving Keir Starmer in a little bit of a sticky mess here, isn't it?
Well, there's no doubt that what he's done is really important because it exposes how blatant some of these people are, how shameless they are, and I think everybody agrees that people smuggling is about as heinous a crime as you can get because it's profiting on risking people's lives. People die on that journey, and many of them end up in slave labour when they get to the UK. But I think the question is the government's approach to smash the gangs the right one? Well, obviously, and no one thought that was going to happen in a matter of months because this is a very sophisticated international network and you have to work with other countries to fix it. These people that just want to shout, well, I don't like the French, fine, but this isn't some 70s sitcom. You've actually got to work with people seriously to stop that kind of organised crime, and I think that's why Keir Starmer's right.
Carol, Smash the Gangs has been going on for a year now. It seems the boat crossings are increasing. I think it's 50% up on where we were last year almost. Patrick's there, found 2 of them already.
Yeah, this shows that Keir Starmer isn't the vaguest bit serious about smashing the gangs, because if Patrick can get in 3.5 an hour, just imagine what MI5 and MI6 could get if they put their minds to it and they sorted it out. I would like to know Starmer, you know, he made a very stupid speech about a month ago. He put it out on Twitter about, it was silly, it was a weird video saying, you know, we are controlling your borders and assuring us that everything was under control. He looks ridiculous when you see this going on. You know, he's not making any effort. The reason Patrick has found those people smugglers is because he has the will to. That's the difference with Keir Starmer and this Labour government. They don't have the will to find these people. And you know, he's putting himself in danger here. If the government got cracking with our special services, with MI5, there would be none of that. These people would be lifted in a heartbeat. But there's a big problem, though, that people smugglers now, there is very little deterrent for them. We can talk about this later. But the penalties that they are receiving they're pitiful. I mean, they're months. So you can get a couple of months for putting people across the channel. That is not going to deter anyone. And we can see by today these people weren't the vaguest bit deterred. They just wanted to get out of the way.
Yeah, Sir Jake Berry, thanks for coming on again, as usual, in your Monday slot. Look, you think about Keir Starmer's approach to smashing the gangs. You think about where Rishi Sunak was with the Rwanda scheme. We heard about people queuing up around Calais thinking, oh, I'm not going to go to Britain now. Do we need a stronger deterrent? We will get into this later, but is the fact we don't have one contributing to this massive rise in the boats?
Well, look, clearly it is. I mean, I think it's really interesting footage, isn't it? It shows with some will, as Carol says, how this could be broken down. And, OK, you may only be collecting the sort of the low-hanging fruit, the junior people, but, you know, let's start somewhere. I don't think we've made any effort whatsoever. Patrick's brilliant piece of journalism there has shown how it can be done. But also you can look at various other places around Europe. You talk about the deterrent effect that Rwanda was already having. But I noticed really interestingly, I think it's this week, that Sweden, not known as a right-wing country, has announced that you've got to live there for 5 years before you can claim any benefits, before you can access housing, before you can get any form of public healthcare. Why aren't we doing that in the UK? So, of course, migrants, they won't be going to Sweden anymore. They'll keep coming to Britain. And it's things like that that show the government, and I want the government to succeed with this. I want this to stop. I wouldn't mind if the Labour government succeeded and took the credit for it, but you've got to have the will, the determination, the ambition to do it, and meaningless political rhetoric about we secured our borders, nonsense. We're smashing the gangs, nonsense. I mean, these things are going up, it's getting worse, not better, and frankly, Keir Starmer and his government have no determination to grip this. OK,
let's go back live to Patrick in Calais. Patrick, can you hear us down the line there?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much, Alex. OK, right, so loads more coming your way. We have got 2 other human traffickers that we have exposed. But one of the big things that I wanted to talk about as well was the role that the charity sector plays in the Channel migrant crisis. Here's a little snippet of what's coming up. People say that maybe you are, in a way, like helping the human traffickers. Do you feel like maybe you are helping the human traffickers at all?
Britain was once the envy of the world. But look around. A nation that no longer knows what it is or where it's going. A country that's broken. How do we fix Britain? How do we bring it back? Friday night with Matt Goodwin at 8 p.m. only on GB News.
You've read the headlines, you've heard what those in power have to say. How about now we actually get to the truth?
They would pay attention.
We go beyond the political theatre and tell you what's really going on behind the scenes. For a massive council tax hike, one of the biggest in the UK. Others follow their lines, but we go off script.
You sound like a broken record, you say that week after week.
Cutting through the narratives and giving you unique perspectives. That's Ben Leo tonight, Saturdays and Sundays from 9 p.m. on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Westminster's full of talk, but out here, it's the real world.
Am I allowed to talk now?
No, that's it. This is where it matters, real people and real lives. That's what politics is all about.
The fact that Trump made a good start, no.
Straight answers, no spin, and just a couple of pints.
How many fingers have I got up?
About 10. So join me for Lee Anderson's Real World every Friday at 7 p.m. only on GB News. The People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
In the GB newsroom, we bring you the news as it happens.
With our team of dedicated journalists across the UK.
We're ready to keep you up to date with what's happening every half an hour, every single day. Bulletins here on GB News.
The People's Channel.
Britain's news channel.
At GB News, we are proud to stand for you. For the Britain you love. For the communities you live in. That's what makes us the fearless champions of Britain. Its voices and its values. Because we, at GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Hi, I'm Michelle Dewberry, and my show is your opportunity to cut through all the noise and dive in headfirst to some robust debates. Ideas clash.
Situation, isn't it?
No,
because the failure is
you're deliberately avoiding my point. Nothing's held back.
And if you think this is the end of it, wait for more.
And we do not shy away from the difficult stuff. Sometimes I want to shake people and say, if only you understood. So join me on Jubes & Co. weeknights at 6 p.m. only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
This is Britain's Newsroom, where your voice matters.
It's just astonishing. With expert analysis and honest opinion, we don't just keep you informed.
We bring you unique perspectives you won't see anywhere else.
Can't argue with any of that. When the news happens, it happens here.
On Britain's Newsroom, weekdays from 9:30 a.m.
Only on GB News.
Hello and welcome back to northern France, the epicentre of the Channel migrant crisis. Now, a little bit later on in the show, we're going to show you our confrontation with several other human traffickers. We've managed to smash the gangs in a way that apparently various different international security agencies are unable to do. But one of the big things I wanted to show as well was the role that some of the charity sector play in all of this. So here was a little interaction I had with some of those charity workers earlier today. We are back at the warehouse near the lorry park in Calais. Regular viewers and listeners will remember that last time we did an entire show from here. This is a warehouse full of predominantly Sudanese men, and they want to get into the back of a lorry. The lorry park is just around the corner here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to have a little bit of a chat with them and see if maybe they can show us how they get on the lorries, because I think it's a very underreported aspect of the illegal migrant crisis. Everyone talks about the small boats, and rightly so, but what goes ignored is how many people come into Britain in the back of a lorry. I'm also aware, and I can see it out the corner of my eye here, that there appears to be one of the charity groups here. Now, they were not here last time, so it might be quite interesting to hear what they have to say, you know, about why they do it. Do they feel as though they are maybe helping to aid and abet the people smugglers? Let's find out. How are you? You okay? My name's Patrick. I work for GB News. Is there any chance I can maybe have a little chat with you at all? Is that all right?
We don't want to film.
Okay.
You cannot film us.
Okay. Can I ask you a couple of questions quickly? Is that all right? Because some people say that maybe you are, in a way, like helping the human traffickers. Do you feel like maybe you are helping the human traffickers at all? Yeah?
You must leave. We want to leave, sorry.
Oh, okay. All right, what group do you work for? Is it Care for Calais or is it a different one entirely?
We don't speak English very well.
You do speak, you speak perfect English. What's interesting though, I think for a lot of people in England, right, is that you guys are maybe helping people break into England. So I think I have a right to ask you about that. So, why...
We don't help to cross channel, man.
Well, what's happening here now then? No? Yeah? Why are you leaving? Are you just going to leave? Huh. Can I ask why do you do it? Just talk to me. Why do you do it? Is it just out of a sense of care? Is it you feel sorry for people, or ideologically? I'm trying to understand why you do it. You know, when some of these people, right? When some of these people might commit a crime in Britain, I'm just asking you, some of these people might go on to commit a crime in Britain, okay? Do you feel guilty for helping some of them sometimes, maybe, at all? You're laughing about that?
Well, yes, I'm laughing, because it's ridiculous.
Because it's ridiculous, is it?
You are ridiculous.
I'm ridiculous. You know that 1 in every 100 people in a migrant hotel in Britain is currently wanted for a crime?
If you want to speak, I want to speak in French. You speak French? No, I can't.
But you
French.
speak great English.
No, I can't speak.
You do. You understand everything. Look, I'm not trying to have a go at you. I just want to understand.
You are in France. You can speak French if you.
Well, it's a little bit rich. It's possibly a little bit rich, given what you're doing here. But yes, I just want to understand the mindset, mate. That's all it is. Do you think it through? I just wonder if you do you think you're doing great work, but actually maybe in reality there are certain problems. Oh, so hang on a second. So you think just me questioning it makes me a racist? Is that right?
No.
You said it. That's what you said.
Yeah.
I speak enough French to know that you just called me racist.
You talk about ideology. We don't have ideology. We help people.
You help people.
Human being.
Human being. Yeah, fine. Okay, fine. How long have you been helping people? No, he's off. All right, well, let's go and see if we speak to the lads. Hello. Hi, my name's Patrick Christys. I do a show at GB News. I just hope that I might be able to have a quick chat with you at all. Is that possible? Just about what you're doing here. Obviously, you're helping out people. Hello. How are you? My name's Patrick. I do a show at GB News. How are you? I'd just like to have a quick chat with people about what's going on here, really.
We're not really willing to chat just now.
Okay.
Thanks.
That's all right. What group do you work for, out of interest?
We're just not going to speak at the moment.
That's
okay, thank you.
It's just that from some of my viewers' perspective, what they might think is that there's a warehouse full of men who are about to break into Britain here, and that
we have a job to do, so we're just going to go just now.
What is the job?
We don't really want to share that with you,
Right.
but thank you for asking.
Okay.
But we're going to go.
Yeah.
Have a nice rest of your
It's
day.
just like a lot of people might be a bit annoyed about this, you know, and that you're helping them.
I'm sure they will do that.
The people in those vans there didn't really want to talk to us, but they obviously working for someone. And then we noticed this. Have a look at this, right? So they've handily done some of it in English. That is, by the way, the language spoken in Ethiopia. We've got Arabic writing, all of that. Now look at this. Crossing to the UK in a truck can be very dangerous. This information can save your life. How to send your GPS location when you call for help. They've even got advice on, watch out for a refrigerated truck. Getting on or off a moving truck is very dangerous. If you fall badly, get away from the road. And you can call the emergency number. There's also a bit on, if your boat starts to get pushed back, here's what you can do. This is a manual on how to break into Britain, isn't it? And it's just stuck here on the side of a water container. And look at them, look at them. Surprised they're driving off. They've been caught out, haven't they? You know, at what point does charity work and having a heart and being really nice and helping human beings turn into helping human traffickers? Because I think that's what that is, isn't it? Well, it raises several serious questions, doesn't it, really? The role of the charity sector. When you consider that it's not all giving out tea and biscuits, is it? There is a manual in multiple different languages on the side of a water container that they were filling up there, which is basically a step-by-step guide on how to break in to Britain. We've got loads more of this, including, really, actually, some some quite violent interactions that we had just inside that warehouse moments later.
Thank you very much for that, Patrick. Shocking stuff. Absolutely shocking. So, Jake, this seems to me like these charities are potentially aiding and abetting some sort of organised criminal ring around this people smuggling stuff. That's my take on it. What do you make of those scenes?
Well, it's hard to work out what they were doing. They seem to be providing some sort of food or support. I mean, the reason they're doing that, by the way, is that the French government doesn't provide the same sort of support to migrants in places like Calais, where Patrick is this evening, as the British government do. When they arrive in France, they don't get free accommodation. Actually, fewer than 50% of them are actually housed. They don't get a mobile phone. They don't get dentistry. They don't get benefits. They don't get all the stuff. No wonder they want to come to Britain. So those aid workers, whatever they would call themselves, are providing the support to those people that the French state itself refuses to do. Here in Britain, of course, we don't see people like that because they just come in and the British state provides all of it. And then the other thing I'd just say is, I mean, they are encouraging people to leave France. I think if I was a French person living in Calais, I might be giving them a donation myself, because the whole thing that we have seen from the French, these partners who've had £750 million of our money disposed at helping us smash the gangs, is what they're really doing is saying, look, guys, Britain is this way. Can we make it easier for you? They're pushing the problem into the UK.
Isn't the point here is that if you work for charity and you believe you're doing something good and something right, and you believe in the cause, why would you run away from a TV camera? Why wouldn't you talk to Patrick and tell him exactly what it is you're doing and exactly the reasons why you're doing it? Because they know if their faces become known in France or here, they're going to have a problem, because they can't justify what they're doing. It is totally a problem. And why aren't the French authorities, if they're not providing all this stuff for people, why aren't the French authorities stopping that? This aiding and abetting.
Benjamin, I mean, obviously, look, it's quite strong language I used there. Obviously, some people would say, of course, that these charity workers are looking after human beings. Yeah. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I think everything that has just been said is deeply inhumane. You know, someone who's come from Afghanistan or Vietnam and is in Calais...
You think further victimising people by pushing them into the hands of the people smugglers, which is exactly what they do. You think that's inhumane?
No, it's not what they're doing.
Of course that's what they're doing. They're enabling them to go into the hands of the smugglers. It's a disgrace.
From the other side of the world and has already got an arrangement to take the very dangerous on a truck or a boat, telling them how to at least get killed during that process and giving them basic food is humanitarian.
They do not have to take that process. They are in a safe country.
Cool.
France is not at war.
Carol, sorry, I've got to interrupt because we're going to throw back to Patrick live in Calais.
Yes, OK, so, like I said, coming up, we've got our major interactions with some of the human traffickers, again, showing how easy it is to actually smash the gangs if you really care about it. However, the other thing that I wanted to highlight was maybe the slight shift in tone that we've seen with some of the people who are trying to enter Britain illegally. It has got a lot more aggressive. All right, let's decided to kick off a little bit. OK, all right. Hey, look, we just want to have a conversation with you, that's all.
Be nice to escape the grey.
Clear skies, here we come.
As clear as our travel insurance.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
Hi there. It's hot and sunny across the vast majority of the Mediterranean at the moment. 1 or 2 showers in the north and fairly breezy across the Canary Islands and also Madeira. This northeasterly wind is bringing in a bit more in the way of cloud as well. Hot and sunny though for Iberia, most of Italy as well. Just 1 or 2 showers up towards Croatia and Slovenia. But for Greece and Turkey, hot and sunny, temperatures into the mid-30s. So do remember that sunscreen. And as we go through the next few days, it stays very similar.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
Good evening. It's time for your latest GB News weather update from the Met Office. Now, as we go through the next 24 hours, there will be some heavy rain across western parts of Scotland in particular. Elsewhere, a few bursts of showers, but also some dry weather to be had. Currently, low pressure firmly in control of our weather, which is why it's been quite an unsettled day, and it will stay in charge of our weather through the next couple of days as well. As I said, across western Scotland, that's where we're going to see the heaviest rain as we go overnight. Some high rainfall totals building up, perhaps as much as 70 millimetres in some places, so there could be some disruption. Also cloud and rain down the western side of England and Wales. Further east, some drier, clearer weather, but for all, it is going to be a relatively warm night. Temperatures generally holding up in those temperatures mid-teens Celsius. As we start tomorrow then, across western areas it's quite cloudy with some damp weather on offer. Though across parts of the southwest of England, some brighter spells. Sunnier though across eastern parts of England, and some brighter breaks developing across parts of Northern Ireland, but across much of Wales, northwest England and large chunks of Scotland, it's a cloudy, it's a damp start to the day, the exception being just towards the far east and northeast. Now the heaviest rain across western Scotland, that will have started to ease by the time that we get to tomorrow morning, but nonetheless some further wet weather is on offer as we go through much of the day, breaking up a little bit as we go into the afternoon. Elsewhere it's quite a cloudy picture for many. Even in the east, after a bright sunny morning, it's going to turn cloudier with some showery bursts arriving. Because of the cloud, although temperatures on paper are similar to today, it's probably going to feel a little bit fresher for many of us. Looking ahead to Wednesday, and eastern parts of England, perhaps even in the southeast, there could be some heavy bursts of rain pushing their way in. Elsewhere, a bit drier, but some showers around here and there. And then a drier theme as we go towards the end of the week. And with that, after a bit of a fresher feel during the middle part of the week, temperatures should rise again. Bye-bye.
In the GB newsroom, we bring you the news as it happens.
With our team of dedicated journalists across the UK.
We're ready to keep you up to date with what's happening every half an hour, every single day. Bulletins here on GB News.
The People's Channel.
Britain's news channel.
This is Britain's newsroom, where your voice matters.
It's just astonishing. With expert analysis and honest opinion, we don't just keep you informed.
We bring you unique perspectives you won't see anywhere else.
Can't argue with any of that. When the news happens, it happens here.
On Britain's newsroom, weekdays from 9:30 a.m.
Only on GB News.
At GB News, we love to hear from you, our loyal community. So drop us a line at gbnews.com/yoursay. There you can talk to each other and also to the presenters live on air. gbnews.com/yoursay, because GB News is your channel, Britain's news channel.
Well, as you can see, it's night time here now in northern France. But earlier on today, we went back to a huge warehouse full of illegal migrants. And previously, we'd highlighted this issue. Obviously, the French police have done absolutely nothing about it. In fact, at that warehouse, it has got bigger. The number of people trying to enter Britain illegally who are using that as a base has risen. What's also changed is their attitude. Now, people might remember that last time I did an entire show from that warehouse, but it does appear that they are now significantly less receptive to the media, and here is what happened. This is the location where last time I did my entire show from this warehouse here, which was mostly Sudanese men. I'm hoping to have a little chat with some of them and see if they might be willing to show us the journey they take from here to the lorry park and just how that happens. Hello, how are you? Hello. Hiya. How are you? Hello. My name's Patrick. I do a show at GBNews. Hello. Okay. I'd just like to have a little conversation, if that's okay. Could I have a little conversation? Is that possible? Hello. Is it possible to have a little talk with you? Hello. Is it possible to have a little talk with you quickly? Good. Just about how you get to the lorry parks, no? Okay. Hello. Hiya. Is it possible to just talk to anyone? My name's Patrick. I do a show at GB News. Hello. How are you? Could I have a quick conversation with you? Quick conversation? Is that okay? Hiya. Okay, don't worry. Hiya. Is it possible to have a quick chat with you? Quickly. My name's Patrick. I do a show at GB News. Hello. I just want to talk about how you get from here to the lorry parks. Is that possible? Quick conversation, no? Fine. Someone will probably talk to me. Hello. Hey, can I have a quick chat with you? Can we talk quickly? Just quick conversation? Is that okay? No? Okay, fine. Okay. Well, one thing that stands out to me is actually it's busier than it was last time I was here. In fact, there's more people up here, if you want to have a look at that. There are more people. Hello, hello. Hiya. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Hello. Guys, can I have a quick conversation with someone? I just want to know about, hiya. My name's Patrick, I do a show at GB News. Can I have a very quick chat with you about how you're planning on coming to England? No? Hello, you okay? All right. Sir, can I have a quick chat with you, please? Is that okay? You can cover your face, that's fine. It's fine to cover your face. I just, is it all right to have a quick conversation with you? We can keep you hidden. Is that okay? No? Okay, fair enough. All right. Slightly different vibe, actually, to the last time I was here. Last time it was, they were very, very keen to talk. It was quite receptive. This time, clearly different. Let's go back in. We'll see if we can just have a chat with someone about how they go. Hey, guys, can I just ask you a quick question? Is that okay? How do you plan on coming to Britain? How do you plan on coming to Britain? No? Okay. Hiya. Now, that's quite interesting, isn't it? It does not appear like every single person here is from Sudan. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, hello, how are you? My name's Patrick, I do a show at GB News. I know that you're filming me. Is it possible to have a quick conversation with you at all about how you plan on coming to Britain? Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Hey, guys, can I have a quick conversation with you about how you plan on getting from here to... Is it the lorry? You want to get a lorry? Oh, okay. Well, last time I was here, no one was filming us back, and there wasn't this kind of level of aggression that we see from some of them. Okay. So why are you all filming then? So do you send it back to someone, or...? I just want to ask you about how you plan on getting from here into England. Is it possible to talk to you about that? No. Okay, fair enough. All right. Hey. Oh, yes. Good man. There's a guy waving at us here. I think maybe we can have a chat with this guy. Hang on. Yeah? Can I talk to you quickly? Is that all right? No. No. Oh. Well, just a little conversation. Is that okay? I just want to know how you get from here to England. Is that possible? Oh. You don't want him to talk to me? Why not? So some people in England might think that actually this is a bit rude, that you want to come to England, don't you? Fair enough. You want to have a better life, and you're not willing to talk to me about how you intend to illegally enter Britain. So, yeah. Do you know, so our Prime Minister has said that maybe you'll be deported now. He's going to deport 50 people a week. Our Prime Minister said he's going to deport maybe 50 people a week. Does that bother you? No? Okay. Quick conversation? No? Fine? Okay. All right, we are going to get out of here. They've obviously made their feelings clear. There we are. Yeah. All right, they've decided to kick off a little bit. Okay, okay. All right. Hey, look, we just want to have a conversation with you, that's all. I just want to have a conversation with you. That's all. Okay? So... yeah. Well, look, people can make their own minds up, can't they, about whether or not they are entirely the kind of person that we would love to have in Britain, I suppose. Yeah, it's all getting a little bit tasty here now, isn't it? Shouting at me from up there and everything. Yeah. Well, so, very different. Very, very different from last time. Last time, it was okay to kind of come in and have a chat, and this time, they are all straight out with the phones, no conversation. They want you out of there straight away. I mean, you might remember last time I did an entire show from here. I suppose it poses several questions, doesn't it? Right? is the problem getting any better? Well, no, it's got worse, hasn't it? And really, I mean, what? They're very aggressive, aren't they? That's got worse, hasn't it? They are more aggressive than they were last time, and I don't know. I just think it makes you wonder when Sir Keir Starmer says he's smashing the gangs and he's going to do everything he possibly can. You know, would he ever come here? Would he ever come here? I don't know. Well, that's just a little snippet of what happened there. Like I said, later on, the main reason we were here was to try to smash the gangs ourselves, which we have done, and we're going to show you that. But, I mean, Keir Starmer's not smashing any gangs there, is he? In fact, those gangs quite wanted to smash my face in.
Yeah, shocking stuff there, Patrick. Glad to see you. Of course, you're safe after that. A lot of people writing in, wishing you well. If you can still hear us, I'm sure you can. Carol, I'll start with you. I believe from what Patrick had reported last time he was there, that actual cab was raided following his bombshell report last time he was in Calais. They're back with a vengeance, so there's more. It seems like there's a lot more of them, and they are far more aggressive and unlikely to respond to any of his questions.
They are much more aggressive, but just looking at the way these guys are living there, they're living in tents inside a tin warehouse, and the weather is warm at the moment. It must be a nightmare in there. Is it any wonder they're prepared to risk their lives on a channel crossing to get to Britain? Because when you get here, you get put up in 3- or 4-star hotels, you get room service, you get nice apartments wherever in every city in the country. You get put somewhere that's safe and you get looked after and you get benefits and you get healthcare and you get education. There, they're treated like dogs. That's why they want to come to England. And when Macron was here on his recent state visit, he told off Keir Starmer, if you remember. He talked about the pull factors that we offer to migrants. We are actually encouraging these people to come here because of what we give them. And they're never going to worry again. You know, we're paying something like £1 billion a month now in benefits to foreign nationals, the people who come here. Every migrant that comes over here when they're applying for asylum costs £41,500 a year. So that's for everyone. And look at all that. They're all going to come to England and they're all going to get £41,500 spent on them, plus the benefits, plus the housing, plus the hotels. It's not fair on hard-working British taxpayers.
Benjamin, do you agree with Carol?
Well, I mean, clearly it's not fair. But the question is how you deal with it. I mean, most of those people were from Sudan, which is a war-torn country that currently has the worst famine in the world. And so if they get to Britain, they will almost certainly have legitimate asylum claims. They are legitimate asylum seekers. And I dare say what they've been through to get from Sudan to Calais is extraordinarily difficult and painful. So the tin room will be the least of their worries.
But Benjamin, Britain cannot be a charity for the rest of the world. Farage said it just the other week. We can't look after everyone from every war-torn country.
And I agree
it's just
with that.
not possible.
But the point I was going to make about pull factors is that I'm not quite sure that the sort of £40 a week you can get in benefits is the main pull factor. The fact that you can...
The pull factor is you get a house, you get a hotel. You don't live in a tin hut,
actually, I think the fact that you can immediately get a job illegally, you know, maybe on the back of a bike sending fast food to people, benefits. And the fact that it's so easy, it is our black market of work that makes it easy, and that's why you need to make it more difficult.
So I want to bring in Sir Jake Berry. Strong words from both Carol and Benjamin there. I suspect you fall on the side of Carol more than Benjamin, but has he got a point? Has he got a point? It's the illegal work that's the issue?
I mean, first of all, it really sticks in my craw that Macron came over here and decided to lecture the British people, basically called 53% of the population effectively idiots because they voted for Brexit. I mean, who the hell is he to come to Britain and start, you know, lecturing and dissing the British people? He does have a point about this black economy, this illegal jobs, and I think Benjamin is right with that. But, you know, Keir Starmer has a massive majority in government. He could do something about this, you know, just like Patrick's over there, so the Agatha Christie or Patrick Christie of Calais. You know, in this country, the police could be stopping these people on bikes saying, do you have the right to work here? You know, all of these police could be raiding barber shops that have sprung up of dozens of the high streets up and down this country.
Jake, that's too late. We've got to stop them coming in.
Yeah, I know, but we need to do both. We need to stop. If we're talking about, if we really care about the pull factors, you've got to clamp down on that illegal working. That is the government's job. Rather than giving £750 million to the French to do nothing,
they're risking
let's
their
employ
lives to
people
come
in the
here
UK.
and go and work for a takeaway food company?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes, because they get £1,000 a week,
I
some
think
of them.
they're risking... No, they don't.
They do, that's
I think they're risking their lives to come here because they know once you hit Britain, you're looked after for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but, Carol, they're going to do both. That's the point about the illegal economy, is they claim benefits, they get the mobile phone, they get the house, they get the NHS, they get the dentist, and they work. And the government should be spending real money stopping that illegal economy.
Benjamin, it would seem to me that the actual answer here is deportations. We need a deterrent, we need a strong deterrent, and if we start deporting people, that's the greatest deterrence there could possibly be.
Well, yes, except that it takes a long time to process. I was just going to say...
Why?
I think...
Why does it take so long?
Well, because they have a right to a legal route to assess whether they should be here or not. I was going to say, I was speaking to a taxi driver yesterday on one of the booked apps, and I was saying to him why there's so many people. It was Uber, and I was saying why on the other apps are there so many people who illegally deliver fast food? And he said, well, as a driver, when he gets in his Uber, it scans his face to check he's the right person. You can't possibly drive an Uber if you are not the person on the account. But the people on the bikes don't have to scan their face when they do it. Now, there is a blatant example of how they're letting people work illegally, how you could put barriers up to that, and there's a choice. People are looking the other way not to do it. And I think that kind of basic stuff would take away the invitation to work here.
Yeah, that also worries me, because then we start moving into biometric ID and, you know, everyone having to scan their face for their job, and when you've got the ID stuff. Anyway, we're going to throw back to Patrick now, live in Calais. Patrick, what's coming up next?
Yeah, thank you very much. Hey, look, I'm not saying they're all working illegally, but what I am saying is right next to that warehouse, you can get a Deliveroo delivered in seconds. But anyway, we've got a load more coming your way. We, as I keep saying, the main thing for us was to try to track down the human traffickers. I'll play you a clip of that in a second. But one of the things I also wanted to show was that for the hundreds of millions of pounds that we've given the French, we have the largest migrant camp in Northern Europe, and they haven't even put a fence up between that and the beach. Here's what happened earlier on. So they make a bit of noise. All right, we're going to have to get out of here. We just had glass bottles thrown at us. But of course, this is what happened when we did manage to snare one of the human traffickers. Why are you bringing people illegally to Britain? Why are you bringing people illegally to Britain? So if you have a look just quickly, right? Yeah, we very much have saved the best footage to the second hour of the show. So back over to you guys in the studio, and thank you very much for covering for me while I live it up in Calais. So there we go. But yeah, loads more coming your way. We have decided that we want to smash the gangs, and we have.
A positive outlook through the night will power through to a bright day ahead. Boxed home battery storage, sponsors of weather on GB News.
Good evening. It's time for your latest GB News weather update from the Met Office. Now, as we go through the next 24 hours, there will be some heavy rain across western parts of Scotland in particular. Elsewhere, a few bursts of showers, but also some dry weather to be had. Currently, low pressure firmly in control of our weather, which is why it's been quite an unsettled day, and it will stay in charge of our weather through the next couple of days as well. As I said, across western Scotland, that's where we're going to see the heaviest rain as we go overnight. Some high rainfall totals building up, perhaps as much as 70 millimetres in some places, so there could be some disruption. Also cloud and rain down the western side of England and Wales. Further east, some drier, clearer weather, but for all it is going to be a relatively warm night. Temperatures generally holding up in those mid-teens Celsius. As we start tomorrow then, across western areas, it's quite cloudy with some damp weather on offer. Though across parts of the southwest of England, some brighter spells. Sunnier though across eastern parts of England, and some brighter breaks developing across parts of Northern Ireland, but across much of Wales, northwest England and large chunks of Scotland, it's a cloudy, it's a damp start to the day, the exception being just towards the far east and northeast. Now, the heaviest rain across western Scotland, that will have started to ease by the time that we get to tomorrow morning. But nonetheless, some further wet weather is on offer as we go through much of the day, breaking up a little bit as we go into the afternoon. Elsewhere, it's quite a cloudy picture for many. Even in the east, after a bright sunny morning, it's going to turn cloudier with some showery bursts arriving. Because of the cloud, although temperatures on paper are similar to today, it's probably going to feel a little bit fresher for many of us. Looking ahead to Wednesday and eastern parts of England, perhaps even in the south southeast, there could be some heavy bursts of rain pushing their way in. Elsewhere, a bit drier, but some showers around here and there. And then a drier theme as we go towards the end of the week. And with that, after a bit of a fresher feel during the middle part of the week, temperatures should rise again. Bye-bye.
A positive outlook through the night will power through to a bright day ahead. Boxed home battery storage, sponsors of weather on GB News.
Imagine having an extra £1,000 to spend each week for an entire year. £54,321 in tax-free cash could be yours. Cash to spend however you like. £54,321 in cash could be landing in your bank account this year. For another chance to win £54,321 cash, text cash to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Or text bonus to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB14 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 1st of August. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's Political Podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's Political Podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
This is Britain's newsroom, where your voice matters.
It's just astonishing. With expert analysis and honest opinion, we don't just keep you informed.
We bring you unique perspectives you won't see anywhere else.
Can't argue with any of that. When the news happens, it happens here.
On Britain's newsroom, weekdays from 9:30 a.m.
Only on GB News.
Hi, I'm Michelle Dewberry, and my show is your opportunity to cut through all the noise and dive in headfirst to some robust debates. Ideas clash.
Situation,
no,
isn't it?
No,
because the failure is
you're deliberately avoiding my point. Nothing's held back.
And if you think this is the end of it, wait for more.
And we do not shy away from the difficult stuff. Sometimes I want to shake people and say, if only you understood. So join me on Jubes and Co weeknights at 6 p.m. only on GB News, Britain's news channel.
At GB News, we love to hear from you, our loyal community. So drop us a line at gbnews.com/yoursay. There you can talk to each other and also to the presenters live on air. gbnews.com/yoursay, because GB News is your channel, Britain's news channel.
In the GB newsroom, we bring you the news as it happens.
With our team of dedicated journalists across the UK.
We're ready to keep you up to date with what's happening every half an hour, every single day. Bulletins here on GB News.
The People's Channel.
Britain's news channel.
It's 10 p.m. I'm Patrick Christys and welcome to a very special Patrick Christys tonight. We decided that we wanted to smash the gangs.
My name is Patrick Christys. I do a show on GB News and you are a human trafficker. We've got your face, we've got your details, we've got everything that we need to report you to the police.
That's right, we managed to track down not one, not two, but 3 human traffickers in just a matter of hours. Why are you bringing people illegally to Britain? Why are you bringing people illegally to Britain? So if you have a look quickly, just quickly, right? But then it must be said as well that the migrant camps that are here in Calais have got much bigger. They are not being deterred by the idea of a deal with the French to stop them in the water or a deal with the Germans to stop the boats getting to France. And in fact, not only have the camps got bigger, the people in them have got more aggressive. So they make a bit of noise. So, all right, we're going to have to get out of here. We just had glass bottles thrown at us. Well, we've got all that coming your way in the next hour. So back to you in the studio, Alex.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Looking forward to seeing more of that bombshell footage from Calais. But joining me tonight on my panel is Daily Express columnist Carol Malone, broadcaster and journalist Benjamin Butterworth, and Reform Party member and former MP Sir Jake Berry. I'm here in London. Patrick's in Calais. Let's get started. What a massive hour is coming your way. Live from Calais, Patrick has got loads more to show you. But first, let's get your headlines with Mark White.
Good evening. The latest headlines from the GB News Centre. 15 people have been injured after a double-decker bus struck a bridge in Manchester. More than a dozen ambulances and other emergency service vehicles, including an air ambulance, converged on the scene in the Eccles area of the city. Images show the double-decker with its roof sheared off after striking the bridge. The North West Ambulance Service said it treated 15 patients who were transported to the Salford Royal Hospital and the Manchester Royal Infirmary. 3 of the victims suffered serious injuries, with 1 reported to be in a critical condition. A man accused of attacking a police officer during an altercation at Manchester Airport says it wasn't his intention to strike the officer. Mohammed Ahmad was giving evidence at Liverpool Crown Court. Mr Ahmad and his brother Mohammed Fahir Amaz are on trial accused of assaulting 3 Greater Manchester police officers as they attempted to arrest them in July last year. Both men from Rochdale deny allegations of assault. GB News reporter Jack Carson was in court.
Giving evidence today, Mr Ahmad said it was not his intention to attack a police officer at Manchester Airport in July last year. He said when officers initially entered the pay station area and grabbed his brother's neck, he was trying to de-escalate the situation. He denied claims from the prosecution that he was trying to intervene in his brother's arrest, and he said in his account when he felt a bang to the face, he had no choice but to defend himself. The trial here at Liverpool Crown Court continues.
The Foreign Secretary has accused the Israeli government of tarnishing the reputation of Israel by continually ignoring calls to end the war in Gaza. David Lammy spoke in the wake of claims at least 93 Palestinians were killed while queuing for food on Sunday. The UN World Food Programme has alleged its convoy came under fire from the IDF. The Israeli military has denied firing on civilians. Mr Lammy also announced an additional £40 million in humanitarian assistance for Gaza. Police searching for a missing mother in Cheshire have discovered a body in a local lake. 38-year-old Rachel Booth disappeared from the Northwich area over the weekend. She was last seen on CCTV at a petrol station in the early hours of Saturday morning. Police say a body was found in a lake near a popular beauty spot in the Oakmere area of Delamere. An Albanian people smuggler has been jailed for attempting to illegally transport fellow Albanians across the English Channel. 44-year-old Bleda Bega was jailed for 7 years after he orchestrated the smuggling operation. He'd skippered a luxury yacht across the channel when it was intercepted by Border Force in April. Officers searched the yacht and they found 20 Albanian men and 1 woman crammed below deck. Those are your latest GB News headlines for the moment. Now it's over to Patrick in Calais.
For the very latest GB News direct to your smartphone, sign up to News Alerts by scanning the QR code or go to gbnews.com/alerts.
Hello and welcome to Northern France for a very special Patrick Christys tonight. I know a lot of our viewers and listeners get a little bit frustrated really when they are being told that everything is being done to smash the gangs. Well, over the course of the last month we have been in communication directly with several human traffickers. We've handed all of their information over to the National Crime Agency in Britain. Sometimes they've said it's out of their jurisdiction. So we thought, well, fair enough. We'll come to France ourselves and we'll see if we can get their faces and interact with them on camera. Now, this has been, like I said, probably about a month in the making, and we decided to meet up with those people earlier on yesterday. Now, this was someone who is one of the most prolific human traffickers on social media. Here's what happened. Well, we've managed to identify one human trafficker. Another human trafficker has sent me a live location, which is just a few hundred metres down this road. So I'm going to get out and call them. This is one of the largest migrant camps in northern France here. So it's going to be quite tricky to see if we can identify them, I think. But there are some people hanging around. I think I'm going to get out now and see if I can call this person, and we'll try to get them identified and then hand that over to the French police. My name is Patrick.
Patrick?
Yes.
Where from?
From Vietnam.
Vietnam, okay, Habibi. Now I call be another people coming with you. Right.
Okay. I'm standing by toilet. What should I look for? What do they look like?
For toilet, go for eat, something, drink, just coming people, open camp, I see you too.
Okay. Well, he's told me to wait here, and he says that in 10 minutes' time someone's gonna come and meet me. 10 or 15 minutes' time. He can see me, right? So he can see me from somewhere in here. So now we wait and we see if he turns up. Okay, so we've been waiting quite patiently. He's just quoted me 1,500 euros. Someone who works with me will come and pick you up. Give him 1,500 euros so you can go on this trip. He's also sent a voice note.
Okay, Batra, Habibi. 10 minutes, coming, my friend. Okay.
What I think I'll do is I'll hang around here and wait for him to come pick me up. I think really. Let's see if we can get the guy.
One minute. Talk another side.
Hello.
Come another side. I see you.
Where should I go now?
Change camera. I see. For hammam, for toilet. Go for toilet.
Is this toilet here?
For toilet, go for toilet. This photo, you took the photo.
Okay, this is the toilet here, yes?
Yeah, go for toilet. Go, you take me picture, yeah? Go for picture.
Yes.
People, take you.
These people here?
Yeah, go. Speak Ramah. This is name Ramah.
Rama.
Yeah, Ramah.
Rama, okay. I speak to Rama.
Go.
Okay. Rama? It's Rama, here. This is him. This is Rama.
Rama, come.
Yes. Hello. I've got him. Yes. Hello. Okay. Thank you. That's me. Oh. Hello. I'm Patrick Christys. I'm from GBNews. And you are a human trafficker, aren't you? Yes. Why are you bringing people illegally to Britain? Why are you bringing people illegally to Britain? So if you have a look quickly, right, because we've got your face. Well, we've got your face here, and we've got your phone number, and we know everything about you. We know your name, Rama. So why are you illegally bringing people into Britain? Why? Do you make a lot of money out of it? Hello. So we're going to send your face and your phone number and all of your details to French police. So it's game over, I'm afraid, for you, Rama. You know, when people die in the Channel, do you feel any kind of conscience about that at all? Do you feel bad about that at all? Or not? No? You don't? No? I think we can catch up with him, probably. Hello, come back. Oh, he's fallen over. That's okay. You've lost your shoe. Do you want your shoe back? Do you want me to give you your shoe? He's lost his shoe. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, well, he's running away. You see, this is the thing. They're happy to bring people across the Channel. They're happy to play the tough guy. What happened? Oh, he lost his shoe. Well, he's lost his shoe. Some people lose their lives, of course, in the Channel. You might be able to see him in the distance scampering off there. This is how easy it is, isn't it? You come to the largest migrant camp, you make one phone call, and you can identify a human trafficker. And that's it. What is Sir Keir Starmer doing? What does everyone do? They say they're smashing the gangs. They're not. We've just identified a bloke who's a human trafficker, and it took us, like, what, 10 minutes? That's it. So we'll hand that over to French police. We'll see what happens, see if they do anything, and we'll take it from there. Rumbles his smuggler. He's now calling me. Here we go. Let's see what he has to say. There we go. Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
You understand?
What's that?
After.
Oh, really? Okay.
I have photo you. Understand?
So you're threatening me. So you are a human trafficker, aren't you?
After.
Why do you do it?
You said me police, yeah?
Well, we have your phone number and the face of the man that you sent to help me illegally cross the Channel. So we're going to report you to the police. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Listen to me. I you too. I your face. I your photo. I police here. After I you too. Okay?
Okay. Okay. So we're going to report you to the police, and he's gone. There we are. He's not happy. Well, that's what you get, I'm afraid. If you want to illegally break into Britain and make a lot of money out of it, then you should expect to be held to account. But again, I just want to emphasise how easy that was, right? How easy that was to disrupt that. And no one's doing it, are we? And again, I will just say this, right? So this is the largest migrant camp. Now, there's a field here, and then there's a bit of a forest, and then just the other side of that forest is the sea, where people take the boats to Britain. The French, for all the, what is it, £1 billion we sent them? Right, they've not put a fence up, have they? There is nothing stopping, in fact, there's well-trodden paths. All they have to do is, if you can make your way to this camp in France, you can stand here, you can call one number, a man can come and meet you, he can bring you across the Channel, you can pay him a bit of money, and you walk across that field and you're into Britain. No one's disrupting this. No one. Well, that was certainly one very dissatisfied human trafficker, wasn't it? But there's plenty more where that came from, including in the next segment. But look, hey, I'm going to throw it back to you guys in the studio now. I suppose my main takeaway from that is, firstly, how easy it was. And secondly, we have actually given all of that information over to the French police. So, you know, maybe it'll stop.
Yeah, thank you so much, Patrick. You know what? I'm just in complete shock seeing how easy it is and how easy it was for Patrick, someone who works here in Paddington, in London, the centre of London, to go over to Calais and find multiple gang members. Multiple gang members. Why can't our police security forces, Benjamin, why can't our security forces do this? Why can't the Prime Minister put his foot down and go, right, get into France and stop these guys. They're killing people. We are losing billions of pounds, and this has got to stop. Why can't the Prime Minister put his foot down?
I mean, I'm sure he has. It's obviously shocking and infuriating to see people smugglers wandering around like they're on a day trip to the Trafford Centre. You know, they didn't have a care in the world. But the thing I would say is that the people that are wandering around there, and the guy that Patrick spoke to are at the bottom of this tree. And I suspect that if they do arrest these people, they're immediately replaced the next day. They might be in some kind of...
They're the middlemen.
Some kind of slave relationship themselves. You don't know. The really dangerous people are not going to be stood there in Calais, and those are the ones that you need to take out to fix this problem, because they could just pick someone else up from that tin warehouse and get them to be the people smuggler tomorrow. So I don't think that's the centre of fixing it.
But the bottom line is, even when you catch the people smugglers, in May this year, there was a court case in this country. 2 Afghans traffickers were caught. They brought 70 people across. The French authorities knew they were coming across. Of those 70 people, there was 1 woman dead and 1 child dead in the boat. The French authorities waved them to Britain. They got here. Those traffickers were arrested. Guess how long they got in prison? 8 months. And after good behaviour, they're out after 6 months. That is not a deterrent to stop the kind of money that's being made there. It's no deterrent at all. So even if you catch them, even if we smash the gangs, even if we get them, with this kind of deterrent, it's pointless. You know, a few years ago, traffickers used to get 8 years for bringing people across.
Yes.
Now they get 8 months.
It's incredible. I mean, human trafficking has become one of the world's most lucrative businesses, it seems. And when you stamp out one, another one pops up. So, Jake, what have we got to do? What have we got to do? You know, many people would argue, and many people on the left would argue, that Keir Starmer's approach is correct. He's working with international politicians. He's working with the French, working with the Germans. Well, this is what they would argue. I'm not saying I would.
I don't think
you know, is his approach working?
Well, no, it's clearly not, is it? Because the number of people coming over the channel is going up. His approach... This is the thing with the left in this country. So the theory is brilliant, isn't it? You know, wouldn't it be nice if we had a magic wand, we could wave it, we could stop the people trafficking gangs? What a great theory. It doesn't actually work unless you have the guts to see it through. And what I would say is Ben's approach is this sort of what we're seeing across policing in the UK, is that, well, it's a minor crime. These are minor people. Well, just let it go. It doesn't matter. That is why we have lawlessness across the UK. It's why you have lawlessness in Calais. It's why there's just no deterrent. There's no fear of detection. Do you know what? I appreciate if you lock that guy up. There might be another one there tomorrow. Lock him up as well. And then if another one comes, lock him up as well. Eventually, it would stop, because people would understand if there was a proper punishment, no matter where they were in that pyramid, if they were punished in a proportionate way, people would stop
Do you remember what happened in Australia in 2015? They just said, we're not letting anybody else in. There was an international uproar. Everyone said, this is inhumane, this is whatever. They said, sod that. They processed them at sea and took them to Christmas Island. It stopped within 2 months. They had no boats within 2 months, and today they don't have any boats. And it is entirely possible for us to stop it, but it will not happen by smashing the gangs. It will happen by leaving the ECHR and by withdrawing from the Refugee Convention, the 1951 Refugee Convention. That will allow us to deport them straight away.
Last word to you, Benjamin. Is the only answer we have left leave the ECHR? Maybe tow the boats back. Some people say tow them back to France. Let's have a strong deterrent.
Well, you don't have a legal right to take them back to France.
We would do if we left the ECHR.
We'd have to develop an agreement for that. And ECHR is a blunt instrument that would cause us so many problems, especially in Northern Ireland.
No, it wouldn't.
But what we should do is take away the invitations, the black market of working and some of the benefits and rewards that they get. Taking away that, I think, would do a lot to fix it.
So if you stop them working, what's to stop them still coming here and collecting benefits?
OK, I've got to wrap up, unfortunately. I just towed them back, personally. Anyway, Patrick, what have you got coming up next?
Yes, well, we found another human trafficker, so this will bring up the hat-trick of human traffickers for us in less than 24 hours. Here's a bit of what happened.
My name is Patrick Christys. I do a show on GBNews, and you are a human trafficker. We've got your face, we've got your details, we've got everything that we need to report you to the police.
Five hosts, 5 opinions, 5 fearless debates, 5 unfiltered takes on the day's news.
5 reasons not to be anywhere else on Saturday night.
This is the Saturday 5. You got me good there. Britain's biggest Saturday night TV show.
It's not a bad brand.
Yeah. Uncensored.
Very, very racy tonight.
On the unpredictable.
What did she say? Can you translate it for us?
And always entertaining.
And how can a country go from being led by William Wallace Saturday nights from 6 p.m. only on GB News, the People's Channel.
Britain's news channel.
You're going to want to stay tuned, trust me.
GB News Breakfast. Every day from 6 a.m.
vegetarians now have a greater desire to wield power more than their meat-eating counterparts. I mean, you like a sausage, don't you, Biggins?
I like a sausage, but I have gone off meat per se, funnily enough, as I'm getting older. I think there are, you know, it takes a lot of eating a piece of meat, if you pardon the expression.
And the older you get, the more you find that it takes a lot of eating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I must admit, I have more of a conscience about eating meat as I get older.
Yeah.
And that's a fondness of animals brings that. And if you ever go on Instagram and you look at cows and horses and pigs,
they're wonderful.
They're all affectionate and
know,
incredible.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
And there we are, putting it into our mouths and eating it.
What do you think about the move to enforce vegetarianism on people, though? Because especially in schools and some universities, there's this trend for Meat-Free Monday, where there's this enforced absence of meat on children.
I think it's ridiculous. Let kids do what they want, to be honest. Within reason, obviously, a healthy diet, da-da-da-da-da. But no, I think, you know, I don't eat meat. The husband eats meat. It's not an issue. Eat what you want. But I think the fact that they're trying to force this into schools, look, let kids experiment, give them a vegetarian option.
Yes,
let
yeah,
them
I know
see
schools do that.
Just options.
It has just become political, and also there's a lot of misinformation out there. So I know children are often told that eating meat is terrible for the environment, but importing avocados thousands of miles is also terrible for the environment.
But also, I mean, a lot of vegetarian meals, certainly processed vegetarian meals, have got a load of salt and fat and sugar in them, so they're actually worse for you than eating a lean piece of meat.
I think the tide is turning now, because the new trend amongst young people, particularly young men, is protein. Chicken, breasts, tuna. That's the new trend, to get as much protein in them as possible. It's very difficult to do when you're vegetarian.
GB News, the People's Channel.
Britain was once the envy of the world. But look around. A nation that no longer knows what it is or where it's going. A country that's broken. How do we fix Britain? How do we bring it back? Friday night with Matt Goodwin at 8 p.m. only on GB News.
Welcome back to northern France. So, look, over the course of the last day or so, we have been trying to show how easy it is to actually smash the gangs if you want to. Now, we managed to track down another human trafficker. Here's how it started.
So moments ago we were down that road there in the migrant camp and we identified a human trafficker very easily. Well, as I was doing that, I got another message from another smuggler who is apparently desperate to meet me, and it's just back there, I think. So we're going to turn the car around and we're going to see if we can get another one on camera. And again, this is all about showing how easy it is, right? If you turn up here, you bother to make contact with them, and you bring a camera with you, then you can very easily identify who the human traffickers are. And if you were in law enforcement, you could stop it, right? So we're going to pull up over here somewhere. I'm going to get out. We're going to see if we can meet this chap. So let's see how we go. I am now going to send him my location, which is exactly where he said to meet. So I'm going to share that with the human trafficker for 15 minutes so he can see it. There you go. I'll expect to hear back from him now any second. But look, hey, I mean, this is a hot spot, right? You can see it everywhere you look around here. It's an illegal migrant hotspot. So he's obviously around here somewhere. Yeah, and I think the best thing to do is for me to, get out and, you know, I'll walk away a little bit so it doesn't come on my own. Yeah, brilliant. Here, I think. Good stuff. Yeah, and we'll just see if we can get him. Let's see if we can get another one.
I then went and sat on a bridge for about 10 minutes. I had the white scarf on. I received some messages. He said, "What are you wearing?" So I told him I'm wearing a white scarf. I asked what the name of the person that I was supposed to meet was. He said it was Mala. And then, well, what happened was, as I was sitting on the bridge, I saw a man emerge. He saw my scarf. He started waving at me, beckoned me to come over. So I went over, and this is what happened.
Mala, my name is Patrick Christys. I do a show on GB News, and you are a human trafficker. We've got your face, we've got your details, we've got everything that we need to report you to the police. So the French police are going to have all of this information. Just come on, talk to me. Why not talk to me? Look, the game's up. It's finished. Just talk to me. Come on. Why do you help people break into Britain? Come on, Muller. You know, talk to me. We know who you are. Come on. You might as well. Where are you from? What's your nationality? If people die in the Channel after you have helped them to come to Britain, do you lose any sleep over that? Does that affect you? Or what about if people go on and commit like a crime in Britain after you've helped them come to Britain? Come on, talk to me. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. It's okay. I just want to know why you do it. Why do you do it? Why?
What do you want?
I want to know.
Not talking with me.
Come on. I want to know, why do you help people come to Britain illegally?
Leave me alone.
All right? You know, it's not nice for people in Britain to know that there are people like you here who are helping people break into our country. What was that? Are you afraid of now that maybe you might be arrested and deported? We've got your face, we've got your information, we've got your phone number.
The human trafficker that we've just snared has a WhatsApp photograph of him with 2 guns and a helicopter. He obviously has foot soldiers. One of them is the bloke that we just met there. Since stitching him up, really, he has tried to call us twice and said, bro, what's happening? I think we should probably call him, try to get him to account for his actions, really, helping people break into Britain. Let's video him, shall we? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's okay. Oh, I think he's blocked me now. Couldn't place call because he's not registered on WhatsApp. Well, he tried calling me a couple of times, didn't he? So there we go. Look, I think the overbearing message here is that, like, if you want to find out who the smugglers are, you can just very easily do that, and you can get their faces and you can get them on record. When Keir Starmer says, you know, we're going to smash the gangs, well, is he? How? I mean, we've just found like 3 today alone, so anyway.
Yeah, well, there we go. So that was the 3rd human trafficker that we decided that we could snare there. What I then wanted to do was to try to show you at home, really, the absolute scale of the situation. So a little bit later on, what you're going to see is us going to 2 or 3 different camps right by the coast, and well, it's fair to say that they weren't particularly happy about being filmed. So they make a bit of noise. All right, we're going to have to get out of here. We just had glass bottles thrown at us.
I forecast a perfect holiday in the sun.
Weather looking good then?
For sure, and no worries about our travel insurance.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
Hi there. It's hot and sunny across the vast majority of the Mediterranean at the moment. 1 or 2 showers in the north and fairly breezy across the Canary Islands and also Madeira. This northeasterly wind is bringing in a bit more in the way of cloud as well. Hot and sunny though for Iberia, most of Italy as well. Just 1 or 2 showers up towards Croatia and Slovenia. But for Greece and Turkey, hot and sunny, temperatures into the mid-30s. So do remember that sunscreen. And as we go through the next few days, it stays very similar.
All Clear Travel Insurance sponsors GB News Travel Destinations Forecast.
Good evening. It's time for your latest GB News weather update from the Met Office. Now, as we go through the next 24 hours, there will be some heavy rain across western parts of Scotland in particular. Elsewhere, a few bursts of showers, but also some dry weather to be had. Currently, low pressure firmly in control of our weather, which is why it's been quite an unsettled day, and it will stay in charge of our weather through the next couple of days as well. As I said, across western Scotland, that's where we're going to see the heaviest rain as we go overnight. Some high rainfall totals building up, perhaps as much as 70 millimetres in some places, so there could be some disruption. Also cloud and rain down the western side of England and Wales. Further east, some drier, clearer weather, but for all it is going to be a relatively warm night. Temperatures generally holding up in those mid-teens Celsius. As we start tomorrow then, across western areas, it's quite cloudy with some damp weather on offer. though, across parts of the southwest of England, some brighter spells. Sunnier, though, across eastern parts of England, and some brighter breaks developing across parts of Northern Ireland, but across much of Wales, northwest England, and large chunks of Scotland, it's a cloudy, it's a damp start to the day, the exception being just towards the far east and northeast. Now, the heaviest rain across western Scotland, that will have started to ease by the time that we get to tomorrow morning. But nonetheless, some further wet weather is on offer as we go through much of the day, breaking up a little bit as we go into the afternoon. Elsewhere, it's quite a cloudy picture for many. Even in the east, after a bright sunny morning, it's going to turn cloudier with some showery bursts arriving. Because of the cloud, although temperatures on paper are similar to today, it's probably going to feel a little bit fresher for many of us. Looking ahead to Wednesday, and eastern parts of England, perhaps even in the southeast, there could be some heavy bursts of rain pushing their way in. Elsewhere, a bit drier, but some showers around here and there. And then a drier theme as we go towards the end of the week. And with that, after a bit of a fresher feel during the middle part of the week, temperatures should rise again. Bye-bye.
You've read the headlines, you've heard what those in power have to say. How about now we actually get to the truth?
They would pay attention.
We go beyond the political theatre and tell you what's really going on behind the scenes. For a massive council tax hike, one of the biggest in the UK. Others follow their lines, but we go off script.
You sound like a broken record, you say that week after week.
Cutting through the narratives and giving you unique perspectives. That's Ben Leo tonight, Saturdays and Sundays from 9 p.m. on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Good Afternoon Britain isn't just about us. The wonderful thing about this programme is it's about everyone watching. It's an interactive programme.
Well, there absolutely is something to see here, and we're going to be talking about it more. Whether it's breaking royal news, please bring us up to date, or indeed a particularly punchy speech in the House of Commons.
Very, very curious.
We bring it to you live, and then we bring you live reaction as well.
That's Good Afternoon Britain, weekdays from midday.
Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Well, welcome back to Northern France for a very special Patrick Christys tonight. Now, recently we have heard a lot of news about how Sir Keir Starmer is going to be smashing the gangs. Well, we're just showing you that actually the human traffickers there are firing at will, as it were. What I wanted to also articulate is that despite this deal with the French, where they're going to be slashing boats in the water, or the Germans not allowing boats in, the migrant camps are busier than they've ever been in Northern France. So, here you go, really. This is what happened when I went through, I think it's fair to say, Europe's largest migrant camp, and they're all on their way to Britain. Here it is. All right, well, here we go again. So, we've just come from that camp over there, we've walked down here, and you'll be able to see that just immediately after the tree line is another encampment in here. I've not been in here before, so we'll see. Now, in terms of nationalities of people, last time I was here, in this camp, there was a lot of Sudanese people. It seems like now, I think, from what some of them have said to me, they appear to be mostly Eritrean. But we'll see what's in here. I was just trying to find a way in, really, see if we can go in and say hello to people. Significantly more ramshackle than the others. There's clothing everywhere, isn't there? Quite a lot of dirt around the place. Hello. See if we can talk to someone. Hello. Hello. Sorry to bother you. My name is Patrick. I do a show at GB News. Can I talk to you? It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Can I talk to you, please? No? Okay. Okay. Can I ask where are you from? Where are you from? We can hide your face, we can hide the face, we can hide the face, we can hide the face. Is that okay? Hey?
Not the real time we're hitting.
Okay, okay. Can I just talk to you quickly? Is that okay? Okay, all right. Okay. All right. Everything's all right. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. We just want to talk to you. That's all. That's all. We just want to say hello. We just want to say hello.
No, we are not. We are not.
Hello. Okay. All right.
We know you guys are journalists, but you need to take permission. Don't make photos.
Okay. Okay.
Please don't make photos.
All right. All right.
Please, if you
promise. Okay. All right. Everything's good. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Could I ask you where are you from? Where are you from? Huh?
No, but at the moment, I can't talk with you, you know.
Oh, why?
Because you came here without permission, you know, and you are just taking...
So, with respect, me coming here without permission is quite offensive to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do you think that maybe coming to Britain without permission could be seen as quite offensive to some British people? You're laughing, you get it, right?
I'm just laughing at this guy. You see, the problem is you are the journalist and you are getting people are eating and you are taking video and you put that video on social media. Okay. It's not. If you know someone about...
Can I ask, why do you want to come to Britain? Why? Why not stay in France? What's so good about Britain? What's so good? Why Britain?
Next time. Come.
Why are you laughing? What is it? There's some joke here that we're not in on the joke, right? What is the joke? What about Britain?
Next time.
You in Britain?
Maybe tomorrow. Okay, maybe tomorrow or next.
Maybe tomorrow, exactly. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Yeah. All right, take care.
You go there, you have to ask permission first.
Okay, all right. Can I ask, is it expensive to cross the channel? Does it cost money?
And you see your friend is taking videos now. We are saying...
Does it cost a lot of money to cross the channel? Are you worried about... our Prime Minister this week said that if you come across the channel, he'll deport you. Are you worried about that?
Okay, it's okay, my friend. Maybe next time.
Okay, okay, take care. Bye-bye. 2, 1. We've just walked down the road from the other two camps that we've shown you. Now, yesterday at this exact location here was where we met one of the human traffickers. So they are operating from within these camps. We know that, we've shown that. But I wanted to show you something else, really, which is just, again, the scale of it and how many people there are and how it operates. So in that woodland here, there's another entire camp. All of these trees here are encampments. And this is the bit that they call the bazaar. So they say that this is like their kind of shop, I suppose you could say, and you'll be able to see that there are people cooking, there's little stalls there where you can buy things. And just look at this, because last time we were here was about 2 months ago, okay? And you would have thought, you know, we're supposedly slashing the boats in the water, we are stopping the Germans from keeping hold of the boats, that's illegal now, all of that stuff. But despite all of this camp has grown in size. There are so many more people here than the last time I was here. So many more. Hello, how are you? What country are you from? Quick talk, what country are you from? No? Okay, fine. And little shops there. If we have a look at this row of people here, hard to say, probably 50 or 60 maybe. That's the equivalent of maybe one boat of people. And there's another group just behind there and everything. So, hello, how are you? You okay? Can I talk to you quickly, please? No? Fine. Oh, well. Let's keep going because, look, we get it, right? This camp has grown significantly in size. Whatever deterrent that they're saying that there is clearly not working, is it? So we'll come on down here as well. And, hello. This is the bazaar where, yeah, you can see people cooking and eating and all of that. Hello. Bit of music on the go. Hello, how are you? Can I talk to you quickly? No? Fine. Hey guys, how are you? Hello, fine. Can I talk to you with no camera, no? No, fine. Okay, fine. All right. All right. How's it going? All right. Hello.
Are you going to make across the channel? You go across the channel? In a boat? Hello, how are you? You okay? Kurdish. You're from Kurdistan. Can I ask, are you worried about crossing the channel? Are you worried? No. Okay. All right, well, I obviously don't particularly want to talk. All right. So they make a bit of noise. All right, we're going to have to get out of here. We just had glass bottles thrown at us. So that's that. Okay. Well, yeah, we just had a glass bottles thrown at us, and I think it's probably best if we get out of here. But what we'll do is we're going to get in the car. We're going to get in the car, and we're going to drive up. All right. All right, a minute, I think. Okay. All right. Well. Right, well, what we're going to do now is they are throwing things out the car as we speak. Yeah, we're being pelted by stuff. Get a move on. All right. Well, now as we get out of here is, again, look, camp's all in there. And this is the road where you can just very easily get to the beach. Keep going. We'll keep going if we can, please. And you'll be able to... easy it would be to just stay in those camps for as long as you want and then make that journey over to Britain.
Bombshell stuff there, isn't it? Many of you have been writing in asking, why are no other journalists doing this? Well, I think you can see from the footage there, Patrick is an extremely brave man doing what he's doing, getting the real news to you about what's going on in Calais. So, Jake, those people that Patrick has filmed there on those ever-growing camps, they're coming to Britain. They are going to be here if Keir Starmer doesn't act.
Well, look, Keir Starmer isn't going to act and they are going to come to Britain. But I think what's extraordinary about that footage is the squalor that people are living in. No one can watch that without thinking it's an absolute disgrace that the French government allows people to live surrounded by rubbish. There was actually some children I spotted running around on that video. You know, I looked at that, I thought, is this really Europe? Or is this a refugee camp somewhere in sub-Saharan Africa? Yeah. But why... You know, why is the French government not being reported to all of these UNHCRs and all of these for allowing people to live in those conditions? The French government should be taking them away from the coast, housing them, processing them, and then returning them to the country of origin if they don't meet that. And they're all waiting there. They want to come to Britain. In a way, you have to have sympathy for them. You can't blame them, but our government should be stopping them.
I think I know why the French aren't doing that, because they know they're going to push them to come here. The less they do for them, the more likely they are to come here.
As much the traffickers as
I want to ask you something specifically about this one-in, one-out policy that was drawn up with Emmanuel Macron and Keir Starmer less than a month ago. It seems to have zero deterrence, hasn't it?
Well, it was never going to work. It was never intended to work. It was released to coincide with Macron's visit to Britain to make it look like the two of them were conspiring to actually deal with immigration. But they will never stop the boats, not till I said what before, until we leave the ECHR and leave the Refugee Convention. But watching Patrick there, you know, that is an incredible, brave thing that he's done. But, you know, what that communicates to me is the sense of utter hopelessness that our country is going to be peopled by these very aggressive people who are going to come here and be on our streets. And we've seen what's happened already. We've seen what's happened in Epping this weekend, where there are mass demonstrations outside a migrant centre there because one of those guys was here for 1 week and he's been charged with 3 sexual assaults. We're going to get that multiplied by thousands with all these people coming over here. We do not owe these people a home. We just don't.
Of course, that's alleged at the moment, so we'll obviously see how that plays out. But, Benjamin, on this one-in, one-out policy, it seems to have had little deterrence. When we heard, and many investigative journalists were over in Calais when the Rwanda scheme was getting put through, we heard reports, and there was accurate reports, I believe, from multiple journalists saying that there's queues of people now deciding they might not come to Britain. Is this one-in, one-out deal really going to act as the deterrence that Keir Starmer thinks it is?
Well, the number of people coming across the channel went up in the months after the Rwanda deal. The one-in, one-out hasn't started. It was only announced 10 days ago, so, of course, it's not a deterrent. But it makes a lot of sense. It will be a deterrent because what it means is that it will cut the costs of all those people in hotels often the processing time is something like 18 months, 2 years, because it means France is willing to take those people back. And I think an honest conversation about this, most of the viewers, many of the viewers will say, well, I want none in and all out. That's the phrase some people use.
I would agree with the viewers.
That's not very briefly.
But you're living in La La Land.
OK, very briefly.
If you think that we're going to take anyone across the channel again, it's never going to happen. The one in, one out, we'll get the one in and we will not push people out, because lawyers have already said they're going to mount cases as soon as they arrive here, because all of the people that we're going to deport are going to have reasons why they shouldn't go back.
OK, I want to get straight back to Patrick live in Calais. He's safe as far as I'm aware.
I am, yes. Thank you very much. My own mother has been on, actually, asking if I'm safe, and I am very much safe. It's all right, but hello, Mum. Anyway, the only thing that remained to do, really, here was to hand all of that evidence over to the French police. As we've said, we've already given like the names, the TikTok accounts, the phone numbers of these human traffickers to the National Crime Agency in Britain. Look, they've not stopped anyone, have they? So, so we decided we were going to hand it over to the French police. So you'll see that when we come back.
This is Britain's Newsroom, where your voice matters.
It's just astonishing. With expert analysis and honest opinion, we don't just keep you informed.
We bring you unique perspectives you won't see anywhere else.
Can't argue with any of that. When the news happens, it happens here.
On Britain's Newsroom, weekdays from 9:30 a.m.
Only on GB News.
GB News Breakfast. Every day from 6 a.m.
You have a very nice accent, and I always thought but obviously I'm totally wrong. I've learned something already straight away.
I mean, we've interviewed together on countless occasions. I thought you would have picked up on my English accent.
Oh no, you're just changing it now. You're changing it a bit here.
Yeah, I'm just putting it on for you, mate.
Well, I'll tell you this, Chesney. I think it's amazing that we're talking about a tour next March for a man like you, and that shows you the extent to which you have to be organised to do these things. I thought, like, you're advertising this for this month or next month. Why the need to go so early?
Oh no, it's just to give people plenty of advance notice. You know, these days life comes up very fast, doesn't it? So I'm always touring, Eamon. I've actually got some headline shows coming up next week. I'm in Cardiff and Southampton, but we've just announced this headline tour for next year. So I thought I'd get it out there and let people know in advance. You know.
Good.
And Chesney, just looking at your Instagram now, I mean, you've got a sense of humour, haven't you? Because you've been putting videos out there saying people think I'm a one-hit wonder, but let me tell you, there'll be a lot more songs than just the one that you're most famous for.
Yes. Contrary to popular belief, there are other songs. So looking forward, I've got a new album out right now, Ellie, and it's all been very, very well received. I'm so honoured and grateful for that. And so, yeah, I'll be performing some of this new album out on the road soon. You guys should come.
GB News, the People's Channel.
In the GB Newsroom, we bring you the news as it happens.
With our team of dedicated journalists across the UK,
we're ready to keep you up to date with what's happening every half an hour, every single day. Bulletins here on GB News,
the People's Channel,
Britain's news channel.
At GB News, we love to hear from you, our loyal community. So drop us a line at gbnews.com/yoursay. There, you can talk to each other and also to the presenters live on air. gbnews.com/yoursay, because GB News is your channel, Britain's news channel.
Welcome back to Patrick Christys tonight. I am here in a very dark northern France, and we've shown you quite a lot, I think, anyway, from the epicentre of the migrant crisis, the gangs, etc., etc. But the only thing that remained, really, was to hand all of that information over to the French police, so that's what we did. We're here now at a French police station, just about a mile or so away from where I've been meeting the human traffickers. as you've seen, we've met up personally with 3 of them. I also have the personal information of several others, which is all here in a document, along with the pictures of some of the human traffickers that we met up with today. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to try to hand all of this information over to the French police, so hopefully they can go just the mile down the road, get hold of these people and stop them from helping people break into Britain. Let's see if we have more luck with the French authorities than we've had with the Brits. Well, we've handed everything over to the French police. They've made copies of all of this. They've said that they're going to investigate it. They were actually quite grateful. They said, thank you for bringing this to us all. I mean, the problem here is massive, clearly. So they genuinely were quite grateful that we'd helped them out a bit by providing all of that information. But, well, it's over to them now. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Well, I suppose it's over to them now, isn't it? And, yeah, look, hey, that's pretty much it from me. I just want to say thank you to you, Alex, and the panel as well for everything you've done back at base. So, yeah, take care.
Thank you, Patrick. Just one of our members has written in to us here. Patrick, listen to your mother and get home safely. I couldn't agree more with that. Of course, as you saw, Patrick handed all the evidence over to the French police earlier today, and we've also heard from the Home Office. A Home Office spokesperson has said this: we all want to end dangerous small boat crossings which fuel organised criminal activity, put vulnerable lives at risk and undermine the security of our borders. We're determined to tackle the gangs behind that trade, and our law enforcement agencies have delivered dozens of high-impact disruptions against them in the past year. We will continue to build on that work over the coming months in partnership with our overseas counterparts and ensure there is no more impunity for organised immigration crime. OK, quick line from each of you. Benjamin, of all the footage you've seen today, what do you think it's going to take to stop this crisis?
Well, you have to smash the gangs. I think we know that, but it's obviously complicated.
Have you been watching the show tonight? Have you been watching it?
I have, and I think Patrick's done a fantastic job at exposing how flagrant it is and how blatant it is. And I think the French have questions to answer about the fact that, you know, none of those videos had police officers in it, which you would think should be wondering it. And so, you know, I think pressure should be put on, but you have to work with people.
OK, very briefly, Carol.
Starmer does not want to smash the gangs. He has no intention of doing it. He does not. He's doing nothing. There's nobody over there from France or from Britain to look at those traffickers. It's never going to happen in a million years. There's only one way to stop the boats coming into this country, and that's to leave the ECHR.
So, Jake Berry.
Well, I just thought the complacency of that statement by the Home Office almost takes your breath away. I mean, we just see the most extraordinary footage, and they're saying, well, don't worry, guys, we're going to smash the gangs. They're not going to do it. If you look at what is coming, look at the state of those camps, look at the litter on the floor, look at the people there, they are coming to Britain, and we have a government that is going to do nothing about it.
And depressing British taxpayers.
Carol,
paying for that.
Sir Jake Berry, thank you all very much for coming over. I'm going to pass you back to Patrick. Patrick, you there? Hopefully we got you. There we are.
Oh, I am. Yes. OK, thank you very much. Thank you, Alex, and that wonderful panel as well. You know, I hope people feel as though they've learnt a little bit of something there, really, about how easy it is to smash the gangs, about the scale of the problem in the camps. I would also like to say a massive, massive thank you to our wonderful camera operator and everyone who looked after us here today. We did, as it turned out, need a bit of looking after, actually, at times. So thank you very much for everyone who was willing to put themselves in harm's way so that I can go out and do that. But, look, I'm going to be doing a little bit more in the next hour, anyway, on Late Edition. I'll have a first look at tomorrow's front pages and a bit more from Calais.
Even though we'll see a cloudy start, it'll be a bright outlook for the rest of the day. Boxed Solar, sponsors of weather on GB News.
Good evening. It's time for your latest GB News weather update from the Met Office. Now, as we go through the next 24 hours, there will be some heavy rain across western parts of Scotland in particular. Elsewhere, a few bursts of showers, but also some dry weather to be had. Currently, low pressure firmly in control of our weather, which is why it's been quite an unsettled day, and it will stay in charge of our weather through the next couple of days as well. As I said, across western Scotland, that's where we're going to see the heaviest rain as we go overnight. Some high rainfall totals building up, perhaps as much as 70 millimetres in some places, so there could be some disruption. Also cloud and rain down the western side of England and Wales. Further east, some drier, clearer weather, but for all it is going to be a relatively warm night. Temperatures generally holding up in those mid-teens Celsius. As we start tomorrow then, across western areas, it's quite cloudy with some damp weather on offer. Though across parts of the southwest of England, some brighter spells. Sunnier though across eastern parts of England, and some brighter breaks developing across parts of Northern Ireland, but across much of Wales, northwest England and large chunks of Scotland, it's a damp start to the day, the exception being just towards the far east and northeast. Now, the heaviest rain across western Scotland, that will have started to ease by the time that we get to tomorrow morning. But nonetheless, some further wet weather is on offer as we go through much of the day, breaking up a little bit as we go into the afternoon. Elsewhere, it's quite a cloudy picture for many. Even in the east, after a bright sunny morning, it's going to turn cloudier with some showery bursts arriving. Because of the cloud, although temperatures on paper are similar to today, it's probably going to feel a little bit fresher for many of us. Looking ahead to Wednesday and eastern parts of England, perhaps even in the southeast, there could be some heavy bursts of rain pushing their way in. Elsewhere, a bit drier, but some showers around here and there. And then a drier theme as we go towards the end of the week. And with that, after a bit of a fresher feel during the middle part of the week, temperatures should rise again. Bye-bye.
Even though we'll see a cloudy start, it'll be a bright outlook for the rest of the day. Boxed Solar, sponsors of weather on GB News.
£54,321 cash could be yours. Cash that you could spend however you like. It's like having an extra £1,000 each week for a whole year to play with. Someone is guaranteed to win this amazing amount of cash, so make sure that someone could be you. For another chance to win £54,321 cash, text cash to 63225. One entry costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message, or text bonus to 63225. 5 entries cost £5 plus one standard network rate message. Go to gbnews.com/win. Entries start at £2.50. Call 0903 686 3232. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and number to GB14 PO Box 8690 Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 4 p.m. on the 1st of August. Please check the closing time if listening or watching on demand.
You want to know what's really going on in the corridors of power? Labour don't know what to do with you half the time, and that makes you quite lethal in the chamber. Get behind the headlines with Chopper's political podcast. Join me, Christopher Hope, as I sit down with the great and the good of British politics. We'll see where this ruling takes us. These are the stories shaping our nation. Chopper's political podcast, available now on all platforms. Listen in and stay ahead.
This is Britain's Newsroom, where your voice matters.
It's just astonishing. With expert analysis and honest opinion, we don't just keep you informed.
We bring you unique perspectives you won't see anywhere else.
Can't argue with any of that. When the news happens, it happens here.
On Britain's Newsroom, weekdays from 9:30 a.m.
Only on GB News.
At GB News, we love to hear from you, our loyal community. So drop us a line at gbnews.com/yoursay. There, you can talk to each other and also to the presenters live on air. gbnews.com/yoursay, because GB News is your channel, Britain's news channel.
Good Afternoon Britain isn't just about us. The wonderful thing about this programme is it's about everyone watching. It's an interactive programme.
Well, there absolutely is something to see here, and we're going to be talking about it more. Whether it's breaking royal news, please bring us up to date, or indeed a particularly punchy speech in the House of Commons.
Very, very curious.
We bring it to you live, and then we bring you live reaction as well.
That's Good Afternoon Britain, weekdays from midday.
Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
In the GB Newsroom, we bring you the news as it happens.
With our team of dedicated journalists across the UK,
we're ready to keep you up to date with what's happening every half an hour, every single day. Bulletins here on GB News,
the People's Channel,
Britain's news channel.
I'm Alex Armstrong, and this is Patrick Christys Tonight, late edition. Breaking tonight,